Okay, Joe in real life. First things first, I got a new microphone, or my first and only microphone for Christmas. Thanks, Chloe. Thanks, Kaylin. This is a test run. Let me know how it works below. Um, and this is also my first day back on a proper program. And it was heartbreaking and embarrassing, and I feel like I'm going to throw up. So, just to give you a rundown, I did 5 sets of 10. I'm still winded. You can probably hear me gasping on this microphone. I'm still winded from it. 5 sets of 10, an incredibly low weight. So, this is 95 pounds for 10. My idea was I want to keep the weight really low because I have to work on these mechanical issues, and I don't want to go into positions that are defective and then reinforce those with reps. So this is like under 50% of my max. And here I'm doing some oblique work. I look like a tubby load right now. Happy holidays. I've been eating lots of candy and cookies and pizza rolls and other assorted goodies. I'm going to nip that in the bud today. Um, and yeah, there's nothing to see here. This is just 20 pounds, very lightweight for this. And honestly, the 95-pound squat felt easy. I was like, this is too light. We can't live with this. Our pride's not going to hand it. I'm recording this, and people are going to see me. So I upped the weight to 115 after this. I'm doing some oblique work, and I'm doing some Jefferson curls. Just, trying to stay warm between sets. It is absolutely freezing in the garage. So, this was somewhat necessary. I warmed up before this. I did some knees over toes stuff. I worked my tibs, my ankles. I got into split squats. But those warm-ups were almost entirely ineffective. And yeah, geez, each set was taking like 2 minutes. So that explains a little bit of the fatigue. As I went onward, this is 115. And I think even the second set, I felt like this is still too light, Like this isn't going to work out. I'm going to have to up the weight quite a bit. But the funny thing is, like when it turned on me, it really turned on me. I mean, and I think it was somewhere in the third set, maybe even early. You can see the milk right there. I'm just using it to test depth. So my butt is just touching the crate and I'm coming up. I'm not coming to a full stop. I just want to make sure that I'm consistent, Um, and once the fatigue set in, my brain was like, oh, dude, you might have fucked up, It was probably at exactly the halfway point, now that I'm really thinking about it. And then after that, every rep was just torture, just awful. And I know this is lightweight. Well, first of all, I'm not a strong squatter. I never have been. It's my weakest lift by far. But over the last year, I've really been avoiding reps. Like I'll do high reps in the split squat, and I'll do high reps in my warm up. I'm still winded and stuff like that, but I don't really get into the reps, especially with weight. And this just destroyed me. Like my legs are going to be useless tomorrow. Like I'm mildly afraid of the DOMs. And also, I'm afraid of my willingness to do this again next week. Because this is where I fall apart, And this is a bit of a bummer because I tried to write a program that I would be willing to do and that I would enjoy. And I can't honestly say that I enjoyed this workout. This is week 1, day 1. And I can't honestly say that I enjoyed this workout. And I'm a little fearful that I'm going to be willing to do it again. but we're going to force the issue. I have some faith, just from past history, that it'll get easier as we go. And, so here's to hoping on that. Oh, you see the yellow band on the floor there? I use that in my warm-ups around my ankles. And so I had the band, I had it I think when you see people working with bands traditionally, they have it up on their thighs. I like mine down at my shins and my ankles because it forces me to lift the arch of both feet. I really should have filmed one of those for you. Anyway, if you've been watching the last couple of weeks, I've been complaining about some pretty serious ankle pain on the right foot. That movement really cleans it up. Like just doing squats with the band around like a third of the way up the leg, even lower than that, a third of the way up the shin. It's only a temporary fix, and my garbage patterns definitely come back and definitely start caving the knees in. But if I throw that in my warm-up, and I'm talking I just do a couple reps, a few sets of a couple reps, then my foot really behaves. As for a long-term solution, I don't know. I'm hoping that I just stay unambitious with these squats and slowly progress the weight. And my mechanics will fix themselves. I mean, now that I'm saying it out loud, that sounds like a pretty naive plan. But that is the plan. I mean, I can't lie about it. That's what I'm thinking it's going to do. Now, I am doing the tib work, and I am doing calf work, and I'm going to start jump roping. I didn't do any today. My heart wasn't in it. And I look like a doofus holding a kettlebell like that. That's 35 pounds. Yeah, and right here, I'm feeling the fatigue. I thought I might throw up after that. It does not look very impressive or intense, but I tell you, man, I was like the room was spinning. Okay, so I jumped to 120 here. I don't know why I upped the weight. I guess I felt 5 extra pounds wouldn't matter, seeing as the last set fell so bad. And I'm watching this for the first time, same as you. This set felt awful, so let's see how it looked. Okay, well, those reps look fine. I mean, I'm definitely hinged too far forward, but that's my mechanics, as longtime viewers are aware. Yeah, they're slower, but they don't look bad. The knees are starting to come in just a little. I'm getting a little wobbly. I'm losing some control. I have a strong brace around the midsection, and I'm strongly braced in the upper back. That one hinged a lot. Yeah, that one too. Ugly. All right, the last 2 reps were pretty ugly. Let's see the last set. And yeah, I was not going to jump into the assistance work right after that. So this is me negotiating and then deciding against it. I was not willing to throw up on camera. It's pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild to be this weak. But I'm also excited for the new year. I'm excited for what that means and me building going forward. So this is 125. I put an extra 5 pounds on for no good reason at all. So this is rep 40 through 50. I'm watching it first time, same as you. This is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other out there. I just figured I'd get that in before we're over. All right, so far they look great. Those 3 were great. Yep, pretty standard. Pretty standard. Okay. So they don't look anywhere near as bad as they felt. Yeah, there it is. It's starting to come apart. Yeah, ugly. Terrible. Just terrible. Good. So just the last couple reps. Okay. So yeah, that was gross and embarrassing. Welcome to week 1, day 1. Just Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other out there. I already said it, I know, but it bears repeating. I'll see you tomorrow.